Trollord Games. Join the fray.
He says, I haven't done anything. Tomcat, can you hear me now?
Have you got a new light on or something?
No, see, this is that light here. Should I turn the one on above my head?
I mean, no, it doesn't matter to me. It looks kind of like you almost got an aura around you. Oh.
Nobody can hear me.
I should be able to hear you. It's going through here. All right.
Everybody's telling me they can't. Read the stream.
See, now they can't. Oh, how convenient. Yes, Tomcat. Well.
There you go. Hello, everybody. It is November 11th. Some year. I don't know what year it is anymore. It's 2025. And we are cruising into the holiday seasons. It is Veterans Day, of course, for all you veterans out there. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you, Doug Mars. Very much appreciated. Thank you all for your service. This is Ask Me Anything. I'm Steve Chenault. I'm a little weary and bleary-eyed. I have been writing like a madman lately, and I think it's affecting my brain pan somewhat. But I finished the Dwarven Trace expansion book. I'll read that tomorrow, get that into editing, and I have started on the Northern Waste expansion book. I'm really going to shoot to get these things rolled out. We've got like 8 left or 9 left. I don't know, whatever. We're going to roll them out. We're going to get them done. Get them done. But we are here to ask you anything. Do you have any questions about anything that we're doing? Kickstarters, backer kit campaigns. We're shipping Infernum right now. Projects we're working on. Codex of the Plains. When we're going to release Infernum. Why the leaves fall. We'll do everything we can to answer your questions. Thank you, Bloodworth. Very much appreciated.
Cryptorite, I don't see any alien glowing. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't see a glowing alien anywhere.
My little alien that my wife got me broke.
Oh, no.
He has been severed in half.
So the cows have taken revenge. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. They lifted him and dropped him.
You gotta have what? A UFO with 2 cows in it driving it, like from Far Side, They've got the alien. Oh, God.
Just like the one in Area 51, that's right.
Yeah.
I've been reading a lot of UFO stuff, got into the Twining memos the other day. Been really enjoying that stuff.
Thank you, Johnny, for the compliments. Yeah, we're glad to get Infernum and exalt them out. That's for sure. They're more monsters. Monsters.
David, I got an email from you. I will answer you very soon, I promise. It will be coming. It's just, I'm, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows the drill. Everybody knows the drill. The good news is, do we have any questions pop up?
We have one popped up right now from Kev Khan. Any strategies for when you get burnt out with writing and DMing? Oh, music.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of music. Yeah, Chuck does too. I listen to an awful lot of music. When I'm writing, and if I get burned out in writing, I just push through. Honestly, I just keep. Now, let me rephrase that a little bit. I will get up and leave the desk and go outside, rake the yard. Do something very physical that gets me doing. If I'm hitting some kind of, I just get away from the computer. But if I'm writing and I don't feel like I can get my voice or whatever, I just keep pummeling it until I get through it, and I have to go back and rewrite 3 pages, because it's a disaster or whatever. Right. DMing is a little bit different because DMing takes, you got to be kind of on the spot. I guess, is that the right word? You got to have energy or something to keep the thing flowing. So DMing is a little bit more difficult. I usually will eat a huge amount of. I'm a big red meat guy, so I eat a lot of red meat, and just to give myself some energy for the next 2 or 3 hours, and plunge back into it. If it's the physical act of DMing is what you're talking about.
I most if I'm running a long game like at a con or something, I'll just get up. I have to start walking. Walking does it for me. Then I seem to get my pace right back. Walking around the table,
DMing could be. I love DMing, but it can be draining.
It's physical. That con I just came back from, they gave me a huge table away from the wall, so I was able to walk all the way around it. It was awesome.
Oh, nice.
That was nice. Yeah. See, you understand.
What's going on with my hair? Am I going Christopher Walken?
Or Goggins, one of the two. I mean, it's whatever. I like both of them. You know. I'm about ready to dive back into Righteous Gemstones again. I think we're ready to dive back into it again.
I've not seen it. I need to watch
Oh
it.
my God. You have got to watch it, man. I won't say anything, but I'm telling you.
Yeah, don't spoil it. I want to. What the hell? I just watched something. Oh, Kat and I got into a Pluribus. Pluribus, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I've got it marked.
I'm not gonna say anything about it. It's different. It's very
different.
I'm enjoying it, but it's different.
Have you seen? What I was going to ask you about that. What were we just talking about before that? I told you to watch. Was that? Yeah, there was something else I wanted to ask you. I'll think of it in a minute. Go ahead. Let's see questions. We got questions from DM Cinther. Will we be getting the Amazing Adventures banner graphic on the third-party publishers page? Yes. I actually have to get with Monica next week, and we're going to update all that crap on there. Because I've putting it off. So, yes.
Yeah, we got to get the... there's just so many things. There's just so many things.
So many things. It's like little islands, you just kind of ride around on them.
Yeah, it's funny, too. I mean, it's just... it's funny.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help. We update stuff. So, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Asher, well, let me put it this way. Asher, it's going to the printers on Thursday. I finished it today. I moved some stuff. Someone on Discord had noticed. I guess we had noticed. I just left it there because I was lazy. But the languages section was in the equipment stuff, which didn't really fit. So I got in there early this morning and I moved languages to the literary section at the back of the book.
Nice.
Which left me a huge hole in the middle of the book. And I farted around with trying to just find some filler art that Peter had done in the past, or Jason Waltman. And I really just wanted some equipment. So I hollered at Peter, and he's doing the last piece of equipment for the Adventures backpack. That'll go in probably tomorrow. He should be done maybe Thursday at the latest. I got the price quote today. I'll sign that off in the morning, get that over them so we can begin uploading. And then it's going to be on Walsworth. I think we might be able to get it out by Christmas. And if not, it'll be out right the minute after Christmas.
Yeah.
They've extended their normally 3 to 4 weeks to 5 to 6 weeks. So we're going to be in the kind of a zone with Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of these things.
Let's see. Question from Crimson Arrow. When is Conan coming to Aihrde? That would be awesome. And Manfred wants Gamma World by Thanksgiving, of course. As always.
Yes, let's do it. I love Gamma World. Here,
I know it's great.
Here's something. So just so that everybody knows, I posted. I have this love affair with the TLG blog. I always have. I love the TLG blog. We don't do much with it, and we used to all the time. It used to be a daily thing. We don't do that much anymore. But I posted a kind of a nostalgic story up there, a little D&D, a little skateboarding. Chuck will put the link up, so if you're not familiar with it, you can check our blog out. And see what rambling idiocy I yammered on about. But what I did discover, because Grace wanted some pictures to put up there with it as well. In it, I talk about Davis, my brother, for those who don't know, co-founder of TLG, co-creator of Castles and Crusades. Davis was the DM back in the 70s, and he got the Player's Handbook when it first came out, or right after it first came out. So I went digging around in some of the stuff in the mailroom. Just buried Davis's stuff. I took all of his stuff because he tends to burn it or whatever. But so I found the original Player's Handbook that that Davis would have gotten this in 1978. You can see the spine is gone. In 1978, this was the Player's Handbook. If you read that story, you'll see that he handed to me across the bed. He's taped it, glued it. I mean, and it's even got. He put one of those things in there to mark little markers or whatever. Crazy stuff from long ago.
For fuck's sake!
It was used and David. It has seen many seasons. We used it and we didn't worry about take care of it. Those days we give a shit. But mad stuff. This was the copyright date. I really don't know how many printings this one had. Is 1978 6. This is the 6th printing of the book. So there you go.
There's the date. I got blocked from it, so I couldn't get in there and look at it. There's the blog address though up there.
Yeah, so check the blog out. I did a little meandering around on that.
I can't get in there. Malwarebytes has blocked it from me. I have to go in and put it under exclusions now.
So that copyright date is 1980. We started playing in 75, 76. We're really not 100% certain. So he must have gotten the player's handbook. It came out in 78. So they did 6 printings in 18 months. We moved to Germany sometime in 1980. I really don't know when. Maybe it's 81. I don't know. So this landed. So in my blog, I talk about 78, but this landed in 80. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yes,
Yeah.
Savage Splendor. When do we get that sucker up? I asked Chuck to fart around with a little bit of some photographs from TLG's early days and to animate them via AI, and it looks pretty cool. And in looking at some of those photos, I realized we still have some of the stuff from those days. In fact, I think, so this mug was made in 2000 for our.
Oh yeah,
debut.
that's that one I don't have. I want that so bad I can't stand it.
Yeah. It is slowly. I don't know if you can tell. You can't really, but it's slowly fading.
Yeah.
That would be great to have some kind of TLG.
A retro thing,
When we get the land taken care of, and that battle continues. But
yes, it does.
what have you got? Any more questions floating?
Oh, let's see. Well, I was getting into the conversation. Okay, Kevcon asked, will there be hardcover compilations for the S and I Adventure series?
Probably not the S series because they don't really go together. Maybe that's an interesting concept. The I series, actually was talking to Davis about that, not going hardcover, but doing more work in Zaya, more adventures in Zaya. I'd really like to see more of that stuff. So each of those I series books are about 90 pages. So we could probably put 3 together. We might be able to get 3 of them together and do 2 hardcovers. That's an interesting idea. There's it's not on the docket yet, but what we're trying to do is take some of the older material and morph it into hardcover to make room for some of the new material. Because those, 13A series, blah, 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 they take up a lot of shelf space.
Cryptorite asked, what version of D&D is CNC branched from?
That is an absolutely fantastic question. I mean, it really is. And I'm smiling because when we first released Castles and Crusades, for just a real brief 2-sentence description of where it came from, we started working on it in 2004, 2003, and we worked with Gary Gygax's rules that one of the reasons that we were making it was to create a rule set for Castles Aggie, and Gary had to kind of approve it to make sure. So I am a gigantic AD&D hound. Now, when Davis and I started, Davis had the little brown books, which is OD&D, I guess, the little bitty, the original things. And we played with those forever. And I don't remember, I didn't even make my own characters in those days. Davis would make my characters and he said, what do you want to play? I want to play a fighter. He'd make me a fighter and give me the character sheet, and I would name the character, right? And then I'd start. I don't know when I started making my own characters, but Davis did all that stuff. So Davis was a huge buyer of all things all. So when you looked at Davis's collection in the late 70s, he had tons of little role-playing games. He had the Wee Warriors stuff. He had all the D&D stuff, TSR, Judges Guild stuff. He had just mountains of, crap all over the place. So when he ran games, I vaguely remember which set is kind of the aquamarine set, like the color of my shirt. Is there a box set that's the color of my shirt? Expert set or
well, the book was in Holmes. I have it. I still have mine. The outside was really colorful, but the inside was just blue and white.
Okay. I have memories of that book with his stuff.
Well,
so
you have a set of dice. Those are Holmes dice, the ones that are worn. That's the Holmes.
Okay. All right. So my guess is, and this is just a Davis thing and a me thing, my guess is that Davis did an amalgam of all of the stuff that he could buy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how other people played in those days, but he had the AD&D, OD&D, we had Ardu and Gamora. That came out a lot. Yeah, you just merged, you just did whatever, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to me, when I started, we moved to Germany in 80 or 81 or something, and I started DMing at that point, and I didn't have any of that. all I had was the monster manual and the player's handbook, and I started running games with those two things and that set of 4-panel screens. And that's all I remember. So I basically didn't really run expert or basic or OD&D or any of that stuff. When I started running, it was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and I ran AD&D until after we published Castles and Crusades. So, and the funny thing, to answer your question, the funny thing about that is, if you were to ask me, CNC has its roots in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. But the cool thing about it was when we first released the Player's Handbook in 04 and 05, people started emailing and get the book, and they'd say, hey, this is like the Moldve version. This is like the Holmes version. This is like the whatever version. I didn't know any. This is 2004. I didn't know any of that historiography when I was playing back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. I didn't care. I was playing D&D. It's what I was doing. I didn't give a shit about any of that. I didn't care. I didn't look to who wrote something. I got to get this, whatever. I just, if TSR published it, I would snatch it or take it from Davis mostly and play it. But so I emailed Gary. I said, dude, Gary, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what a Moldve version is. I don't know what a Holmes version is. I don't know what any of this stuff is. And he wrote me back and he gave me this long explanation of which one. It was really hilarious. I was like, So to answer your question, I this is what I've always said when asked this question. I think actually Castles and Crusades has its roots in the version of D&D that you love the best, because once you take up CNC, you can easily port anything from your favorite version of D&D into CNC and feel like you're at home. It really is. People say this is like second edition. This is like first edition. This is like home edition. We get it all the time. It's very, very interesting. For me, it's like AD&D. So that's how.
It's definitely a mash of things for sure, which is cool. Well,
that's kind of the early spirit. I've been been daring myself to post this on Twitter in the last few weeks and asking people. I don't do it because I don't want it to cause an argument, but to ask people what old school means to them. What 5?
That would be great.
Yeah, what 5 things defines old school for you without it being a debate? Because what defines old school for me, I guarantee you, is different than what defines it for Chuck. And because in those days, back in the old school days, there was no. I mean, you got letter columns in the Dragon magazine once a month if you got Dragon magazine. So there's no one to talk to, right? There's no game stores where you went. There's a few. There's a couple, but
occasionally you get lucky or whatever.
Right. Mostly it was us going to whatever toy store and picking up whatever random thing, Kmart was carrying.
I remember going out to the mailbox and just waiting for my play-by-mail that I'd done. I'd cut out the Dragon magazine and filled out, And
Davis, I didn't do that, but Davis did. He did the play-by-mail like crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It's just, anyway, so it's crossed my mind recently to put that up because I'm very curious, because I think I define old school differently. People always talk about how hard they like to tell young people it's really hard. You got really killed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I don't remember it that we got killed all the time because the game was particularly hard. The objectives were different. I
remember wanting to make characters. I wanted to make. We had tons of characters. We wanted all these characters. We didn't have just our main character or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
That's
sort of what I was about to say. For me, it was as close to because David and I were playing war games, SPI and Avalon Hill games. To me, it was as close to a war game as you could get and still have played cops and robbers, right? So the death I didn't really play D&D to gain levels and gain treasure and figure crap out. I really played D&D to be Tarzan and to kill my enemy. Now, mostly I just died, but it wasn't a consequence. There you go. It wasn't a consequence of OD&D being harder than Castles and Crusades or Dungeon Crawl Classics or whatever, Shadow Dark, whatever. It's really a consequence of the way we played I played so utterly recklessly. I mean, I didn't just go forward cautiously, and I didn't avoid combat. If I was a first level, I remember I was like the 3rd level when I fought my first Tyrannosaurus Rex, and we all know how that ended. I saw a T-Rex. I had a sword. I'm going to kill it. I did not. I died. So it was just a different stylistic approach, I guess.
To support what you're saying, when I ran those games at GameholeCon back in the fall, I ran a AD&D adventure. I ran a basic adventure. I ran a 5e adventure. I ran 2 of our adventures. All the CNC. I know prep.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I had a PDF. That's what I had.
And if you think about it, the war games in those days were about the same. Some of them were complicated, but the vast majority were 1 or 2, maybe 3 pages of rules. So you could sit down, in 20 minutes and you know how to play SBI's Viking game. And now you're playing Vikings. And that was sort of the same thing with Dungeons and Dragons. It was never particularly complicated. Even when the DMG and the PHB came out, it wasn't particularly complicated. It wasn't hard to play. It wasn't whatever. It just wasn't. It didn't have the minutia of explanation that RPGs lend themselves to in these days, and even CNC falls guilty of that. I was reading our turning rules the other day, and it took me 2 paragraphs to get into the actual rule on how turning works in Castles and Crusades. And I thought, this is, we probably could clean all of this out. But on the other hand, if someone's coming from, say, a video game, they don't know how this stuff works.
No,
so
no.
the natural bent of a game writer designer is to explain how it works so that you don't have to worry about questions. But back in those days, the designers didn't know that you had to do that. Surprise works like this, and this is what you do. So Crunchy Sucks changed my mind.
I love it. Trolls eye.
Yeah, I am not a big fan of Crunchy. I'm not even a big fan of long explanations. I'm really kind of a point me and go type of both a CA, DM, and a player.
Let's see. Winter 3 has a
donation.
Yes. Winter 3 had a question for me, I guess, about Endless World. How's it coming along? It's coming along good. I've got a whole new team that's been helping me with it because people kind of have real life stuff that comes and goes. I'm hoping that next year we're going to see a lot more stuff going on with it. Me and Steve's going to be meeting soon to kind of knock some things out with it, and cons and all kinds of stuff. So I'm pretty excited about it, Winter. I think next year should be the big strong year for it. I think where we can really do some really cool things because we're going to be working on some new groups of people around the country. Is what I kind of got planned to kind of handle some things too. So it's going to be good, I think. Yeah. Let's see. KevCon asked an interesting question. Why are some adventures like To Kill a King, The Goblins of Mount Shadow, remember those?
Mm-hmm.
And The Rising Knight are not on the web store?
The Rising Knight has been merged with the Undying War, so that's A0. So that's still on the web store. And Chuck and I have been meaning for well over a year to get A1 up individually because it's such a great starter adventure for people. The other one's written by Brian Young. We pulled most of Brian Young's stuff off, and as each title that he has written for us has sells out, we'll pull it off. We'll talk to him about Codex Keltarum, and because that's his IP, and I don't want to hold on to it. He can do whatever he wants to do with it. So we pulled Brian Young's material off, and wish him all the well.
Let's see. Oh, Juan, were you there? Who were you? I don't know who you are in real life, but I hope you played one of my games. We had a great time. I still have to make a big post about it still with Grace. Let's see.
Dakota said he had a good time there at Dayton.
It was good. That was a good con. It was a good con.
Good.
It was good. Let's see. Oh, did you get your hex? We have not got the hex maps done yet. No, if that's what you're asking about, Tom. I think you're asking about the air thing. Did you get your hex map and sizes? Oh, no. He's talking about Inclunade. No, I was talking to Steven about that, and he's clarified some of that for me. Because I'm trying to build out a hex map, Yep. I was told you about that.
Yep.
Death Angel Shadow. Oh, when are we doing that October Patreon game? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Wait, it's November.
Oh yes, Jeff, you're being silly. It's November, yes. But I think we're going to probably try and get back on that horse here pretty soon. I want to try and do it. We've got Thanksgiving coming up in the muck, so I got to figure that out. But
Yeah.
Oh,
The
Jacob.
right.
Sorry. Excuse me, Steve. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Well, nice to meet you.
Good.
Nice to meet you. Question from Johnny. We're called up too, Steve. If you want to tear that one into that one there.
There was an X thread out there about some early D&D campaigns. Were designed for 20 to 50 players. This was before my time. Are these player numbers true? How did it used to work? I don't I don't remember any games 20 to 50 people from those days. Maybe, Johnny, I remember that
I
there
mean,
was some
maybe
merch that we
living Greyhawk or something. I don't know, or
Living
something.
Greyhawk may have, but even in its infancy, I don't remember that. That would be maybe in a tournament. Maybe they were talking about tournament. If you find that thread, and Johnny, I have not responded to your comments in Twitter. I have read them. I swear to God. Get over there and respond to them. That stuff is very cool that you're doing.
I responded to him. Yeah.
Thank God. I'm just horrible. I read stuff and I go, I'll get to this, and then 6
Yeah, that's
months
what
later-
happens to me. Then next thing you know, you see it, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
It was like 2 years ago. But anyway. Well, we're at 6:00. So you want to dive into some short updates real quick?
Oh yeah, we got to do the quick. Okay, so we will start. So what we do here on Ask Me Anything, just to kind of make everything a little bit more logical, I do a quick rundown of where we are on Kickstarters and backer crowdfunding campaigns. Let me see if Kickstarter will let me do anything someday. Here we go. So we'll start with Kickstarter. We've got 2 active crowdfunding campaigns on Kickstarter. One, Codex Infernum and Codex Exaltum. The other, Gary Gygax's World Builders Archive. The Codex Infernum and Codex Exaltum is shipping now. It has been shipping since late last week. We have all of them are shipped except 63, and that includes Canadian and overseas. That 63 includes Canadian and overseas. So we've probably got about another 30 tomorrow that will get out the door. Obviously, it was Veterans Day today, so we couldn't get it to the post office, but we got a mountain of stuff in the mailroom and all over the place that we'll haul out tomorrow. So we'll have Infernum/Exaltum closed out.
I can't wait.
No
Cannot
later
wait.
than Thursday, tomorrow.
Can't
Yeah,
wait to get them
that's
at my table,
absolutely
man. Cannot wait.
Yeah, the books turned out so beautiful. I'm so
Really?
excited.
Oh,
And Chuck
awesome.
has worked all day to get them up on the store, so we'll have them on the store tomorrow. We'll roll those guys out as well. So if you did miss the Kickstarter, you'll be able to get them in the store. Yes, Chuck.
Question. I also went ahead and put up Tomb. I assumed you were going to.
Yeah, whatever. However,
Well, you didn't have an ISBN there, which I don't need, but I saw that. I
Yeah.
thought I didn't know. So I wanted to
Yeah,
ask.
the ISBNs only go on stuff that goes into distribution, and Tomb is too tiny. It's 16 pages.
I
so
know. I saw that. I was like, yeah, it's too
Yes,
small.
it caused
Okay.
great grief in the print shop with Dakota. So tremendous grief. So yeah, that's shipping. We should be done tomorrow. You guys should have it by late this week, early next week. And if not,
Okay.
just give us a shout. Chuck loves answering emails. World Builders Archive. We're moving forward on this and have been for several weeks. I'm very excited. Bill has finished. No, he's almost finished Nation Builder. He should have it done the next day or so. At the end of this week, once we get the Adventurers Backpack put to bed and Tomb or the Infernum and Exaltum put to bed and all these things put to bed, Chuck and I are going to sit down and figure out how to send the Canting Crew PDF, the Essential Things and Places PDF, the Book of Names PDF, Living Fantasy PDF, and Nation Builder PDF, all to you guys, so you have half of that, digital collection. There's a slight snafu in that series. It worked out to our favor. We're going to have to do an 11th printing of the Player's Handbook. I super liked the cover that's on the Guide to Adventure Writing in the GFW series. And ironically enough, it's the only one of the 10 covers that Jason did that he didn't follow the thematics of having a portal on it of some type. So I'm yanking that cover from the Adventure Guide, putting it on the Player's Handbook, and we are going to get Jason to do another cover. However, he's doing Castle Zaggig right now. So he's going to finish Castle Zaggig. Then he'll do the Adventure Guide. There's
Good Lord.
lots of juggling going on. But we'll get that.
That piece is so good, man. It's so good.
Oh yeah.
I really don't want to put it on anything. I just want to have it up to look at.
It's just so energetic. I mean, it's just crazy. Thank you, Partulus, and happy Veterans Day to you as well. That leaves us with 2 over on Backer Kit itself. One is the Adventurers Backpack Reforged. That book is, I'm waiting for one last piece of art that I requested from Peter Bradley this morning. He should have it tomorrow. It goes to the printers. As soon as it goes to the printers, we'll start wrapping up on a companion book and all this other stuff. We're hoping it's out by Christmas. It's going to be a dicey one, just because with all the stuff going on, our printers turnaround time has gone from 3 to 4 weeks to 5 to 6 weeks. So we'll see. So the Adventurers Backpack should be rolling off as well. Castle Zaggig Galleries of the Archmage is the last crowdfunding we have open. Super excited about this thing. We've made tremendous progress on interior art, maps. We will post an update tomorrow. Svetlana sent over the next wave of Yigsburg maps. It looks absolutely fantastic. Jason is working on the cover for Volume 2. Peter's working on the interior art. We haven't finally finalized what we're going to do with the maps, but I think we have. I think we're going to kind of leave what we've got. They look great. They're very, very functional. So I think we're going to go with those, get with Peter Bradley, and then that just means he has to map out 4A and 5, and then the maps are done. So we're moving very, very close. Now I've had Mike Stewart and I had a little bit of a miscommunication issue, and we got all that squared away yesterday. So he kind of went back to level 1, fleshed a whole bunch of stuff out that I had asked him to, and he had kind of misconstrued, and now he's back onto level 2. Now that we've kind of got that moving, and he's done pieces of levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and now that he's got that done, we'll be able to start wrapping this up. So I'm hoping that by March, all of that stuff is print ready to go when we launch the Castle Zagging Part 2 Kickstarter. Now, our Backer Kit campaign. Now, we will be having a Backer Kit campaign for Alfstrag on January 3rd. I think we're tentatively set to launch. So be on the lookout for that. We're going to hardcover up A13 through A18. I'm hoping by that point to have most of the expansion books done, or at least half of them done. And then we will roll into, as soon as I'm done with these expansion books for Aihrde, I'm going to start doing each level of Alfstrag until that is done. That is the plan. And Codex of Planes will slip into there all that. So there's your quick rundown of all these crazy things.
So, Kevcon asked, can we get a poster of the new PHB art? And I said, yes, hopefully.
Yes, we will. We will definitely do that. Dakota and I have been talking about that quite a bit, about how to get and ship posters. It was his idea to roll the ones that are rolling out with Infernum and Exaltum. So if, Dakota is very content in his print shop. If he had a manufacturing facility, he'd be happier, and we would have more rolled posters and stuff.
All kinds of cool stuff. We could make all kinds of things. Yeah. Let's see. Winter 3 asks, how many Kickstarters, backer kits, crowdfunding campaigns should we expect for the next year? Zygeek Part 2, PH11 printing, Bar Zoom. What else?
So we're not going to do a Kickstarter in the 11th printing. We're just rolling that out. Chuck has been working on putting in edits that people have found over the past few weeks. As soon as he gives me that file, which I'll assume will be next week, it's going to the printers. We're just sending it to the printers with the new cover, and we're rolling that guy out. We'll put it up for pre-order. I don't know, whenever Chuck and Grace feel like they want to mess with that, that's up to them. So it may not go up this year. It may go up early next year. I'm not sure.
What's that?
The pre-order for the player's handbook. We'll probably put that. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, but I don't want it to go to the printers before the Adventures Backpack, because I want the Adventures Backpack to be in the queue first, so it doesn't get dislodged from by the player's handbook. And we still got about 3 months supply of the PHB left. So
we're okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to ABPs for sure, though.
Next year, we've got 3 slated, so look for 4 would be my guess. There's Alfstrag in the beginning, Castle Zagging on April 1st or 2nd, and then Barsoom in the summer months, and then we'll do something in the winter months probably. If all comes to roost like I want it to, it'll be Codex of the Plains sometime in late, somewhere around in there. I actually worked on it a little bit the other day. I was very happy. Finally got back into to Tartarus. I wandered into Tartarus, which was nice.
Well, Infernum and Exaltum, they need a parental book with them. So
they do.
You must do your duty.
Yes. Remember, that was the whole thing before the OGL and crash was.
Yeah.
Exaltum Infernum to get us all these monsters, Codex of the Plains, and Alfstrag was all supposed to be woven together. And then it got utterly decimated when we had to redo Amazing Adventures and the Player's Handbook. Blah, 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 blah.
Dread Monkey Lord's got a crazy question.
Oh, that's interesting. We can. We can
do a pre-order for
What do y'all think? Should we do a quick crowdfunding campaign on the Player's Handbook? Just put it up. Be done with it. It's all you get. If you want it, go. I don't know. It would make things like a leather book much better.
Yeah, that's for sure. It'd be tough to do the pre-order. I mean, you could, but what if you get like 3 orders?
Well, the problem is we don't know how many. They could order 500 leathers, and we have to make the leathers when we make the.
That's true.
Regular book.
Troll
so we really
hide.
Can't,
we could do a special edition troll hide. That would be cool, dude. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
It would be cool.
Ed Gein. Isn't Ed Gein? John, isn't that the face guy? He was the guy back in
Yeah.
the 50s. He dug up bodies.
That's hilarious. Johan, that's funny.
Face or, it was crap. I think that's who he's talking. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that Johan is. Is that who he's talking?
Winter's
about?
still wanting some hats. We all do, Winter. We all want. Me and Dakota discussed it a lot during the trip about hats.
So you guys sent me a press.
I didn't.
But that press didn't look like it did patches. It looked like it was just a heat press.
Send me the link over. I'll look at it. I want to see it.
As soon as we're done here, I'll send it to you because we needed to be able to do patches.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And stickers and no. Oh,
okay. Well, honey, I thought so. I didn't remember the name, but I watched. What's his nickname in the serial killer mess? It's Leatherface. No, it's something. That dude was weird. That dude was off the scales.
Let me check that back up there and see that.
You got it, Winter.
Oh, okay. So let me see here. Yeah, listen, Goki, I got your email. You're good. I'm going to check it tomorrow. I was on the road, so I haven't been able to get back with you yet, but I did get your email. Don't you worry. You will be taken care of, brother. I'll make sure of it. You're on my list.
Yeah, if you guys are waiting for a comment from Grace or Dakota or Chuck, when they got back from the convention, I kind of told everyone don't do anything until X, Y, and Z are done. So
yeah,
and we're about through with X, Y. X, Y are done, and Z's about finished. So tomorrow we can get back to normal.
Yes, absolutely. Let's see.
For the distinguished troll, yes, indeed.
Distinguished troll. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Well, I mean, Oh my goodness. Let's see. On the road again. It was a good trip, man. It really was. I wished all the cons felt that way. It was cool.
Yes.
Okay. I thought there was another question for you somewhere, but I guess maybe I'm just brainless and don't know what I'm talking about. So, a box set of the 3-core books is what Death said. I thought, well, it would be interesting.
It's one of those things.
The Three Sisters.
I would love to do a really cool. Just a really cool. I mean, not a slipcase, but a box set would be very, very cool. Something all locked up and tucked away.
Yeah, some kind of custom box or something.
No. There you go, Alan.
Oh Lord, Alan, that's hilarious. No worries, Goki. No worries. All right, we want to swip over to the next segment of the show.
Let's do it.
All right, then. Let's go over here and talk about some Aihrde for a little bit.
So one of the things that Chuck and I are doing with this stream is to kind of we're really TLG is really kind of reshifting a lot of its focus. I should say we're shifting a lot of its focus into Aihrde material. We're rolling out with a lot of the expansion books, and we're going to start focusing on Abstract very, very soon. Codex of Aihrde, all this other stuff, monsters, blah, blah, blah. Tons and tons of stuff. So, wait, real quick. Finnervin, yes, Barsoom Kickstarter in the summer months. So, yeah, you're caught up now.
Did you know what? Can you see the screen? Did you know what I put across the top? See how good of a student I am?
Ah, look at that troll lord. Very, very good. So the Moravan plains, and we're going to do a quick, brief discussion of that today. This is in the northwestern section of the lands of Ursel. That's the map behind me. And this is like as wilderness as you can get. The Moravan plains themselves are actually, I'm going to have Peter change the coloring. Now, you can't tell it in the map that Chuck has here, but Peter has 2 types of green that he uses for the plains in the world. One is a deeper, kind of a darker green. And when you look at that, that's fertile plains. That's going to be like somewhere like Arkansas. It's just got really fertile ground. Southern Arkansas's got really rich soil. Ohio, wherever there's rich soil. And then he's got this lighter green, which is this arid type of country, which is more like Oklahoma, which if you've been to Oklahoma, beautiful state. As you pass through it, it's green, but it's a lot drier, right? There's a lot of buttes and washes, and it's just a slightly rougher country, a slightly drier country. What I'm going to have him do when we overhaul this map, which we're slowly doing now as I write these expansion books, is take the Moravan plains specifically, and I'm going to have him brown it up a little bit because there's very little greenery left in the Moravan plains.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, the reason that is, you can't really tell it, but where it says Moravan on that map in front of you, Beneath it, you go beneath the V, you see this black dot. That is the Grey Tower. That is Nulak Kisdin. That's Trigal's tower. Trigal is the one who summoned Unklar and brought the Winter Dark. Once all of that is kind of settled, and this even before that settled, that's where he builds his tower out there in the wilderness. And the reason that he built it there is that brown mountainous area right next to him is the mount where the Allfather sat to survey his creation when Aihrde was flat and all of those things. It is partially collapsed because Jaren the monk and Daladon the ranger fought a black dragon there, slew the dragon, and when the dragon fell, it crushed part of the mountain. It caused part of the mountain to collapse in, which I have a funny story about in a second. But that tower, the Grey Tower there, once Trigal was overthrown, the whole plain, the Moravan Plains, this several-year-long war happens there, and the whole plains are just blasted into ruin. The poison from the Grey Tower spills into the Moravan Plains, so it's all just this poisoned wasteland.
Isn't there like 2 towers? I thought there was 2 towers, like a big one.
So the Grey Tower is actually 2. Yes, you're 100% right. It's actually one large tower and then a smaller tower with a bridge that kind of spans into it, and that's Trigal's. That's Trigal's real lair, and it's untouched for those of you looking for high-level sorcery adventure. It's untouched when Trigal is wherever he is. I know where he is, but he's hidden in the world of Aihrde. He does not return to the Grey Tower, but no one goes there because they're terrified of it. He was an extraordinarily evil creature, not humorous. He had no funny in his bone anywhere. So presumably all of his sorceries and his experiments and his alchemies are still there in the Grey Tower. So the Moravan Plains is an arid wasteland with still trolls wandering around it, the remnants of dragon carcasses, the vomit of the Grey Tower everywhere, an evil place, a difficult place, and it's a ripe.
I really want you to write. I've always wanted this to have. There's a big dungeon underneath there, if I remember right, and I would love you to write that would be a cool thing.
It'd be very cool. And what I'm writing now on the expansion books is the Northern Waste, and the Northern Waste includes the Moravan Plains. So you'll get a complete write-up on the Grey Tower, like I do all cities and adventures. So you'll have a huge amount of information.
That'd be cool
to go forward on your own. As I plan, I think that there's a few other cities. So this one's going to be the Northern Waste is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to the frozen salt flats. That'll be even more enjoyable. That'll be in the coming weeks. But I plunged into it this morning. I started this morning, and I'll hit it tomorrow with an anticipation of finishing it sometime next week as we move through and then open up the Moravan Plains. So here's a funny side note, a weird side note. When I first read, it's either the tower, you guys are going to have to correct me, either the Two Towers or the Fellowship of the Ring. So this is going to be back in the 1970s, probably, maybe 80. I don't know when I read it. It was a long time ago. I read when Gandalf is describing his battle with the Balrog. I read it that he smote the mountain into ruin, not that his ruin smote the mountain. So for years in my head, even when I would reread it, it wasn't until I think this last rereading that I realized, oh, wait a minute, it's the ruin of the Balrog that smotes the mountain. It's not the mountain itself. So in my head, always the mountain that the two were fighting upon actually collapsed. And I could be wrong. Maybe it is the mountain, but I think it was just the ruin of the Balrog that smites the mountain. So when we were playing back in the 80s, and Charlie and Mark fight that dragon, and so it's the Two Towers, and they slay the dragon. In my head, I wanted to recapture that image that Tolkien had accidentally given me from the Two Towers. So when the dragon crashes into this giant mountain, it smokes the mountain into ruin, and I described the mountain collapsing and all this stuff. It's a great epic moment, but come to find out 20 years later, that actually never happened in Tolkien. It was just here.
Right. Well, that's good. Yeah. So
it's good stuff. It's why reading, I think, is one of the best, for me, pleasures, and I love television movies, is because you spin your own, right? It doesn't matter what the author. It doesn't matter if when I write a short story and put it up. It doesn't matter what I wrote. It matters what you read, and that's what's so cool about it. I mean, it's very, very cool.
So yeah, if you think about it, I mean, the mountain really didn't have a chance between the two of them. I mean, come on.
No, it's done anyways.
Yeah, it's shoot, it's whatever. Now, what's going on with who? What's kind of governments up there on the plains now with all that years later? I don't. What's there?
Nothing. There's nothing.
So
So
so outlaws, bandits.
not even that. There's nothing to even. So the only thing you're going to find in the Moravan Plains is small pockets of trolls, wild trolls.
Sure. Okay.
Those are there. Your regular monsters and adventurers, people who go up because there's two things. Because the All Father
Oh.
sits there. That mountain is the
What
All
is that
Father's
throne?
temple. Thengandrum, I think is the name of it. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's there. The Great Tower's there. So you're going to wander in. You're going to encounter small bands of adventurers who are up there looking to plunder whatever wealth lies in Trigal's sorceress towers. Sorceresses towers, wizardly towers.
Sorcery. Towers of Sorcery. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. We'll go with that.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, because I started to go the other way and it was ugly. So I said, no.
Yeah, it was just not good. It wasn't working.
But no, I was
Great
wondering
word.
about that because that whole area's got me. I've always been interested in it because of what happened there, right? Clearly, that's like one of the most important spots in the world.
It is. It is.
I mean,
So if you dive into the Aihrde mythology, because Trigal is the one who summons Unglar, and he does it with the winter runes, all of that magic, all of his explorations of rune lore is going to be in that gray tower. That's where he did his experimentations, his studies, his thaumaturgy, all of that stuff. So if you go to that tower, there is a good chance you will find some ancient runic magic buried down in
wow.
there. Some, bedeviled and betrapped or whatever monsters. Trigal wouldn't be the type of person to set traps in his tower. That would be foolish because he'd be walking around and spraying a trap on himself. That would be foolish. But his experiments, we're talking 100 years later, his experiments would have escaped. Some of them would be wandering the halls, so it would have a litany of dangers that you may or may not want to face, depending on your level of commitment to gaining crack.
Well, that's interesting. I was wondering about that because I just couldn't picture who would
rule
there.
Johnny's spot on. He says, for as important as the area is, the map doesn't really do justice. It doesn't. It needs to be the mountain, and I'm going to get with Peter a little bit. And it's one of those things. I do, as we all know, I run games in the Darkenfold all the time. So other chunks of the world don't get the attention they should.
Don't say that. That's not true.
I don't know. When I was writing the Gelderland thing, what did I discover? One of the cities is just completely named 100% wrong. 100% wrong. And I was looking at going, why is that city? That city's supposed to be in the middle of the Gelderland, not on the coast.
Oh, I remember. You had to switch it.
Or Targ or whatever it is. I'm like, that's just completely wrong. But because I don't run games there, I don't notice when things get misplaced.
You know what would be cool, dude, to have like a map, just a character map where we have it just is like a 3D thing where it's not very detailed, but like little places like Offstrag and there, you would have like little 3D towers going up or whatever.
So
one of those maps where you've got
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I will say this, Johnny, we may have to lean on you for this. Someone, I think it was Chuck. Chuck sent me a printer Kickstarter that's going to be out in January, I believe is when we found out it's going to be released, and it prints maps, it prints things 3D, and I don't mean like your normal stuff. I can't explain it. I'm doing a horrible job, but it'll be able to do exactly what Chuck is talking about.
It's a 3D UV printer is what it is, so you can actually give a little depth to relief.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Which would be just
plus beyond. Stickers and all kinds of other shit too. So
that too, but
I'm excited about all of it because it would be really cool to have like stickers of Offstrag, or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I can think of all kinds of stuff, man. It would be cool,
Yeah. Orgstall is the name of it. All right, look, we gotta start wrapping up. It's getting there, and the only reason I bring it up is I've got a New York trip.
Oh, do you really?
In the near future. So
I've got soup. That's what I've got. Soup. Because we have snow on the ground, so she can fix soup, Snow equals soup, not steak.
Yeah, there you go. Johnny, they are really cool, man. I'm not normally drawn in with tech. I don't really care about it that much one way or the other. It's great. I don't dislike it. If it's there, I use it. But But that printer was pretty cool.
Wolf Alone made a bold statement. He said the entire contents of Codex Infernum is in the tower.
Yes, there you go. That would be badass.
All right.
So maybe the Demogorgon. Wait, no. Demogorgon's a demon. Who's the? I can never remember. Asmodeus. I can never remember that guy.
Is it Asmodeus or is it Asmodeus?
See, I say Asmodeus, but I think it's Asmodeus. I think
really-
it's Asmodeus.
I just like Tarrasque, Tarasque, whatever. Tomato,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's all right. What is it? What are the plains in?
As long as they don't say
Mordor?
Dro, we're good. It's like that's all I care about.
Yes. What are the plains in Mordor? Gorgoroth?
Yes.
Gorgoroth? The plains of Gorgoroth, I think. I used to always pronounce them as Gorgoroth.
Well, I mean,
No,
it's
I
your
couldn't begin to tell you.
it's your world. Make it yours. You know. Oh Lord, mercy sakes! All right. Well, listen. I think that's all we've got. I'll be back Friday for sure for my stream, and I think that's all we've got planned the rest of this week for right now. But we've got some stuff on the docket coming up in the next couple months, and we'll be back next Monday with our game for the staff game, so you can continue to watch Steve push my blood pressure up, and I will challenge myself with foolish characters. So that's great.
All right, Alan. If you get stateside, I'm going to take you out for a New York strip. You come to Little Rock, I'll take you to Doe's.
Oh yeah,
it's,
nice.
It's what do they call it? Beef on the hoof. So it's fresh
Beef
slaughter.
on the hoof. Is that what it's called?
It's good. It's good. It's fresh. It's fresh slaughtered.
Wow.
It's
Mm.
Oh
No.
yeah, good stuff.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming out. We really appreciate you, and great to see everybody. And we'll catch you guys next stream or out in the wild or wherever. All right.
However, we don't know. We're just barely hanging on. So.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much. All right.